Welcome to our channel where we delve into the unsettling, the unexplainable, the truly terrifying corners of the internet. Today, we're venturing into a realm shrouded in chilling whispers and unsettling static, the realm of cursed phone numbers. These aren't your typical prank calls, these are gateways to something sinister, something ancient, something that whispers back. Viewer discretion is advised. This is not for the faint of heart. Let's talk about a number that needs no introduction, 666-666-6666. A number shrouded in mystery and fear, whispered about in hushed tones. Some dismiss it as urban legend, but the stories persist. Tales of terror and dread that refuse to fade away. They say that those who dare to call this number are met with an icy silence. Then the sounds begin. Unsettling, spine-chilling sounds that creep into your very soul. Whispers, faint and indistinct, slithering through the line. Words that are barely audible, yet deeply disturbing. Some claim to hear their name, uttered in a voice devoid of humanity, a voice that seems to come from the depths of darkness itself. Others report a cacophony of screams, tortured and filled with unimaginable pain, screams that echo in their minds long after the call has ended. But the horror doesn't end there. The true terror begins after the call. Those who have dared to call this number report a string of unsettling events following the call. Events that defy explanation and logic, accidents, nightmares, a pervasive feeling of being watched. It's as if the call unleashes a curse that haunts them. One chilling tale revolves around a group of teenagers, friends who thought they were invincible, eager to test the limits of their courage. They decided to tempt fate by calling the infamous number, a decision they would soon regret. The phone rang and rang, each ring echoing louder in the silence, amplifying their anxiety. Just as their patience began to wear thin, a voice answered, a voice that would haunt their dreams. It wasn't the demonic growl they were expecting, but a voice as sweet as honey. "Hello?" the voice chirped, almost too cheerfully. The teenagers exchanged nervous glances, their bravado quickly fading. One of them, a boy named Jake, spoke into the receiver, his voice trembling slightly. Hello, who is this?" The voice giggled, a sound that sent shivers down their spines. "You called me," it replied, the words dripping with an eerie calmness. Jake felt a chill run down his spine, his heart pounding in his chest. "No, we didn't. We must have the wrong number," he stammered, hoping to end the call. The voice on the other end went silent. The silence was deafening, filled with an ominous tension. Then in a voice so cold it whispered, "Don't hang up," the words echoing in the darkness, sealing their fate. Our next number takes us on a journey into the heart of the unknown, 10000000000, a number that seems so simple, yet it holds a mystery that has captivated and terrified many. A number so simple, yet it whispers with an unsettling allure. It beckons those who are curious, those who dare to explore the unknown. This isn't about demonic voices. This is about a silence so profound it feels like staring into the void. A void that seems to pull you in deeper and deeper. The stories surrounding this number are shrouded in mystery. They are tales passed down through whispers, each one more chilling than the last. They speak of a phenomenon, a glitch in the matrix, where dialing this number connects you not to a person, but to a place that exists beyond our understanding, a place where time and space have no meaning, where the laws of physics seem to bend and twist. Those who claim to have dared to dial 10000000000 describe a feeling of disorientation, as if the very fabric of reality is shifting around them. The world around them seems to warp and distort. Colors blur, sounds become muffled, and the air feels thick and heavy. Some report feeling a physical sensation, a tingling on their skin or a sudden drop in temperature, as if they are being watched by unseen eyes. But the most unsettling aspect of this number is the silence. A silence that is not just the absence of sound, but a presence in itself. Not the empty silence of a dead line, but a silence that feels alive. A silence that seems to breathe, to watch, to wait. There are rumors that this number acts as a beacon, a way for something to find you, something that exists in the shadows, waiting for a call. They say that those who linger too long on the line vanish without a trace, as if they are pulled into another dimension, never to return. One particularly chilling account tells the story of a young woman named Sarah, a story that has been shared and reshared each time with more details. She stumbled upon a thread on a forum dedicated to urban legends, a thread filled with warnings and tales of those who had dialed the number. Intrigued and skeptical, Sarah decided to investigate. She was drawn to the mystery, unable to resist the pull of the unknown. She spent hours poring over the forum posts, each story more compelling than the last, each warning more dire. Despite her better judgment, Sarah felt an irresistible pull towards the number. It was as if the number was calling to her, whispering her name. Late one night, alone in her dorm room, Sarah decided to take the plunge. The room was silent. The only sound was the beating of her heart. She picked up her phone, her fingers trembling as she dialed the number. Each digit felt like a step closer to the unknown. The phone rang once, twice, then silence. A silence that seemed to stretch on forever. This silence was different, heavier. It pressed down on her, making it hard to breathe. Just as she was about to hang up, she heard it, a sound that sent chills down her spine, a voice faint and distant. "Hello," she whispered, a voice barely audible, trembling with fear. The voice on the other end didn't answer. The silence returned, heavier than before. Instead, Sarah heard a series of clicks and pops, strange noises that seemed to come from another world. Then, clear as day, a voice spoke. "Sarah," it said, "we've been expecting you." Panic surged through Sarah. Her heart raced, her mind filled with questions. "Who is this?" she cried. Her voice echoed in the silence, filled with fear and desperation. "How do you know my name?" the voice chuckled, a sound that was both familiar and alien. "We know everything, Sarah, and soon you will be one of us." The words echoed in her mind, filling her with dread. With a surge of adrenaline, Sarah ended the call. Her hands were shaking, her mind racing. She threw her phone across the room, her heart pounding. She could still hear the voice echoing in her mind. "We've been expecting you." Chapter 3. 18888888888. Whispers from the other side. And now we arrive at our final destination, a number that bridges the gap between the living and the dead. This number is shrouded in mystery and fear, a beacon for those who seek answers from beyond the veil. This isn't a number you call out of curiosity, but out of desperation. It's a last resort for those who have nowhere else to turn, a lifeline to the unknown. The stories surrounding this number paint a picture of both comfort and terror. It's a double-edged sword, offering solace to some while plunging others into deeper despair. Some believe it's a hotline to heaven, a way to hear the voices of loved ones lost. They find peace in the whispers, a connection that transcends the boundaries of life and death. Others claim it's a trap, a way for malevolent entities to prey on the vulnerable. These dark forces exploit the caller's grief, twisting their emotions into something sinister. One of the most common experiences reported by those who claim to have dialed this number is a feeling of overwhelming sadness. It's as if the weight of the afterlife presses down on them, suffocating their spirit. Some hear whispers, faint and indistinct. These whispers are often just out of reach, like a distant echo that fades before it can be fully understood. Others claim to hear music, often a song that holds special significance. This music can be hauntingly beautiful or eerily dissonant, a melody that resonates with their deepest emotions. And then there are those who hear voices clear as day. These voices can be comforting or terrifying depending on the nature of the connection. But not all who dial this number are met with comfort. For some, the experience is a harrowing journey into the unknown. Some are greeted with silence, a cold and empty silence. This silence can be more unsettling than any sound, a void that echoes with the absence of life. Others hear twisted mockeries of loved ones. These voices are distorted, their familiar tones warped into something grotesque and malevolent. One chilling tale revolves around a grieving mother named Emily. Her story is a testament to the power of grief and the lengths to which it can drive a person. She had recently lost her teenage son Ethan in a tragic car accident. The loss was sudden and devastating, leaving a void that nothing could fill. Consumed by grief, Emily stumbled upon an online forum dedicated to the paranormal. It was a place where people shared their experiences with the supernatural, seeking answers and solace. It was there that she first encountered the number. The posts were filled with stories of people who had supposedly contacted their deceased loved ones through this mysterious line. The forum posts were filled with stories of people who had supposedly contacted their deceased loved ones. These tales were a mix of hope, and horror, each one more compelling than the last. Emily decided to take a leap of faith. She was desperate for any connection, any sign that her son was still out there somewhere. Late one night, she picked up the phone and dialed the number. Her heart pounded as she listened to the ringing, each tone echoing her hope and fear. The phone rang once, twice. Then someone answered. "Hello?" a voice said. It was Ethan's voice. "Ethan," she whispered. Her heart skipped a beat, a mix of joy and disbelief. "Is that really you?" "Mom?" Ethan's voice replied. The sound was unmistakable, filled with the warmth and familiarity she had longed for. "Where are you?" Tears streamed down Emily's face. She clung to the phone, desperate for more, for any clue about her son's fate. "Ethan, please give me a sign that you're okay." Her voice trembled with emotion, a plea from the depths of her soul. There was a moment of silence. The kind of silence that stretches on, filled with anticipation and dread. Then Ethan's voice spoke again, but this time it was different. The tone had changed, becoming something darker, more sinister. Emily's heart froze as she realized that the voice on the other end might not be her son after all. So there you have it, 3 numbers that whisper of forbidden knowledge, of connections to realms beyond our understanding. If you enjoyed this journey into the darkest corners of the digital world, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the unknown. Have you ever heard of these numbers? Have you ever dared to dial them? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, but be warned, sometimes it's best to let sleeping horrors lie. Until next time, stay curious but stay safe.